Welcome to the last episode of 2024 of the Olivia Gamber podcast, where we focus on maximizing your potential while living aligned. Because it's not just about reaching the top, it's not just about the money, it's not just about the passion. It's about being aligned to your values because when you achieve alignment, it's like rocket fuel to your success, to your energy, to your drive, to your motivation, and it just adds another level of fire to your presence. And so today's episode is really about giving you a spark to shift your thinking, shift your perspective, because what I've learned now as the CEO of Career Evolved, now helping thousands of top high achieving professionals, the top 10% in the United States, is it all starts with you in that mindset shift. And I'm going to be bringing a lot more intention, value, and structure to the podcast and really taking the quality up to the next level. And I want to give a shout out to my mentor, Jeff Taylor. He is the former founder of Monster.com, also the founder of Boom Band, which you'll be hearing about a little bit later this year, this upcoming year. And he also was a co-president of Ray Dalio's company. So the man is a wealth of knowledge, and he's been really advising me on how I can really bring more value and more intention to this podcast because there's just so much gold here, and I wanna make sure that you guys are taking away the biggest shifts because I'm very intentional with everyone I bring to this podcast, but today is gonna be a solo episode. I've learned a lot just constantly evolving. As the CEO of Career Evolved, I must stay on the cutting edge of what's working in the workforce, what the future of career fulfillment and career growth looks like, how to create income growth in any market, how to create demand for your talent in any market. And what I'm seeing over and over again is most of what's holding back really talented people and high potential professionals is their mindset. And they have these blocks and these ways of thinking and these outdated thought patterns, and I call them outdated programming that keeps them operating on old paradigms that just do not work and they will not work in 2025 and they're going to continue to block you. So, I'm going to share on this episode the 5 biggest mindset lessons from 2024 that I've seen high achievers make that keep them from making that breakthrough, whether it's more income, more fulfillment, more purpose, more confidence, and just really getting them out of that stuck, stagnant place. And so I'm going to go through each of these and just share a little bit of insight about each of them. And then at the very end, I'll recap it. So the first one is prioritize energetic hygiene. Now, what do I mean by that? What is energetic hygiene? Well, first, let's start with what is your energy? And this is something that we uniquely look at Career Evolve because we know tactics, strategy, that's the easy stuff, right? Most high achieving people are really strategic and strong tactical. But what they're lacking is that presence, that energy, that intention, that influence, that conviction. And so when you're being around, your energy is in self doubt, or you're looking at the news, or you're looking at all the negativity, or you're looking at all the doom scrolling on LinkedIn of everyone saying there's not enough opportunity, or you're focused on all the fear in the news, it starts to cloud your judgment and you start to fall into these patterns of negative thinking and into a scarcity mindset. And I've seen really a majority of the planet fall into a scarcity mindset in the last few years, especially since 2020, what happened with COVID. But there's been a lot of folks that are just have lost hope. They've lost that fire. They've lost that belief that there can be more for them. So when I say energetic hygiene, if you want to change the output, change the input. and the biggest influencers of our energy. And our energy is what we focus on, what we give our attention to. When we can change our energy, we change our life because what you focus on expands in your life. So if you're focused on not enough negativity, then that drives your decisions or lack thereof. And so you stay stuck for years because you don't believe there is enough. And so by changing and protecting your energy through this practice of energetic hygiene, it's something we really focus on at Career Evolve because if you've been going through a tough patch, or maybe you're not where you want to be, or maybe you're in a negative environment, maybe you're in a toxic work environment, maybe you're in a family system where nobody really strives for greatness, or you're not surrounded by a lot of wealth and success, or you don't really know anyone who's financially free, or you don't surround yourself with those people. Well, how you can really not only purify your energy, but start to protect it from anyone that doesn't align with those goals. Don't open yourself up and talk about investments. Don't talk about your career moves. Don't talk about all your personal development seminars or investments that you're making when most people around you aren't doing that. They're only gonna tear it down, they're gonna create doubt, they're gonna make you seem weird because 'cause you're doing something different, but I say this over and over again, you gotta be different to stand out, and leaders do more. And so being able to protect your energy and surround it with other people that are movers and shakers and that are actually in the game. Now you're going to amplify that energy because you're aligned connections. And I say this over and over again. I've personally experienced it when you actually cultivate a community of aligned connections, people that are aligned with your goal, people that want to advocate and support you, people that are on the same path and trajectory as you, or maybe a little bit ahead or even a little behind, they're still aligned. Those are the people that are going to add rocket fuel to your fire and lead to the next breakthrough. One conversation can dramatically change your life because it's that collaboration and that connection that sparks that breakthrough. If you're sitting in isolation or you're sitting in the same room, same environment year after year, then you're not growing because you're not getting any new insight, new perspective. So this is about you up leveling who has access to your energy. Are they aligned? Are they not? And what plans do you have to invest in getting in the rooms? And if you can't invest, what plans do you have to put yourself in those rooms? Who can you reach out to? How can you lean into really starting to upgrade your relationships to find people that are more aligned with the life that you want to be living, that are more aligned with the goals that you want to set for yourself, that are more aligned with the vision that you have for yourself? That's a decision, it's a habit, and it's not easy. It's not easy to detach and tell people no, but the path to your dream, the path to your next level requires you to make new decisions. And so the next big mindset lesson is perfectionism stunts growth. Perfectionism stunts growth. And this is huge for any high achiever type A because we're so used to excellence and we want to be seen as top tier. And because we take our work, we take ourselves seriously, which is great. That's self respect. But on the flip side, perfectionism can keep you in this pattern of getting ready to get ready to get ready. You feed this belief system of not enough. I'm not qualified enough. I need more information. I need more time. I just need to figure it out. I just need to get ready. I just need one more course. I just need to work on my resume. I just need to get my LinkedIn profile. I just need to go lose 10 pounds. I just need to make sure that I've got my house in order. Perfectionism is always waiting for the perfect time to move. Perfectionism is always waiting to feel like they're enough, like they're ready. And here's the truth. When you're caught in that pattern of perfectionism, you're never ready. because you're never perfect. And if perfect is the standard for you to make that first step, you're never going to get started. And so at Career Evolved, and I am a strong believer in progress over perfection. And this is where I reframe this thinking. And this actually came from Atomic Habits, the book by James Clear. It's one of the most life altering books that I've read, but it's very simple. And something I've learned about just the most brilliant leaders is they're really great at the basics. And what if we let go of the idea of perfectionism and instead subscribe to the intention of 1% better every day? What if you could just get 1% better every day and you can just be winning? Because if you just took that one more step, sent that one email, said that one text, that 1% is a compound effect. After 90 days, you're 90% better. After 6 months, you're a new person. So what if you could just have those micro steps? Because sometimes that 1% turns into 10%. But when it's never enough, you kill your steam. We think, as the perfectionist thinks, that if we're feeding ourselves positivity and forward momentum, that we're being easy on ourselves. Well, 1% is not that much. Well, of course not. But when you're in perfectionism, you're not moving at all. You're not making any progress because, and I had a mentor, he's a CEO of a $300 million company. He told me, Olivia, the speed of your growth is the speed of your decisions. And that really gave me a big wake up call that yes, you don't want to be impulsive, you want to be mindful, but every moment you're not making a new decision, you're stagnant and you're stunning your own growth and progress. So this is something I say all the time to my team at Career Vault. I'm like, listen, new decision, new identity. New decision, new identity. And that's the game, right? And so good decision, bad decision, make a decision because the worst decision is no decision at all. That is the truth right there. So on to number three. Number three is huge for me. And it's something that so many people overlook because it's so simple and it's so basic, but it's the stronger belief wins. Your belief and your conviction in your beliefs and the strength of those beliefs is going to determine your destiny because we don't get what we want. We get what we really believe we're capable of, what we believe we're worthy of, and what we believe others will see us as worthy of. So if we don't believe we're ready, we don't believe we're worthy, we've lost before we started. Because no one can do it for us. No one can be it for us. That shift always starts with you. And so when I say that the stronger belief wins, this is another thing that kind of goes back to prioritizing that energetic hygiene, because a lot of our beliefs come from our environment. And believe you me, I came from a very oppressive environment. I am the most powerful person in my bloodline by a long shot when it comes to just, impacting income and purpose. But it really was tough to break out of that environment, and I had to force myself to go into new rooms because I hadn't met any woman that was also a phenomenal mother and a phenomenal parent and a phenomenal business owner and a phenomenal leader and a passionate person that enjoyed their life. So being able to believe that that was possible for me required me to go find those references to model after because I didn't have them from where I grew up and where I came up through. So being able to cultivate beliefs and then find the proof to support it, because we all need evidence. The problem with high achievers is, we got to see it to believe it. And not everyone has the faith to hold a vision or a goal or an intention for themselves if they don't have proof that it can be done. So one of the best gifts you can give to yourself is go find the exception. Go find the trailblazers, go find the ones who broke through. I don't want to follow herd belief systems and herd mentality or you get herd results. So if you want to find the people that are dominating in this job market when everybody says there's not enough jobs, or you want to find people that are exploding the growth of their business, go find them. And I continue to grow my business year after year significantly because I stay surrounded by people that are in a growth mindset and that have a strong belief system and that have a strong practice of faith, because what you believe and your intention around those beliefs is going to drive everything. So if you've got people around you that don't believe in you or think that you're thinking too big, that's actually detrimental to your success. And you need to start to create distance, because otherwise those beliefs start to wear you down, especially if you're still building that belief in yourself. Because, like I said, the stronger belief always wins. And if you build your convictions so strong, then you get to a point where somebody tells you, oh, you're still trying to do that. And you go, absolutely. And that resistance just fires you up more. That's when you know you've arrived, because you're fully committed on your goal, you're fully committed on yourself, and you're fully committed to your vision. Without that belief, you won't be committed to it and you just won't make it. The fourth is the universe rewards who you are, not what you want. I repeat, the universe rewards who you are, not what you want. Now, I talk to a lot of high level people every day, and they're like, I'm amazing. I've got all this talent. I just can't get any exposure. I can't get the clients. I can't get the attention of the people that can pay me. I know if I just get in that door, it's going to be great. And I've got everything I need. I'm so confident. And I go, well, if you're so confident, why can't you even get the door open? Have you thought about that? And if you're so confident, why aren't you out there sharing that value? Why aren't you out there introducing yourself to these people that need you? Why are you not out there actively driving that value and providing that service to people? Why are you not offering people a taste of that value? Why are you not taking charge? Why are you sitting back waiting for someone to find you or someone to save you? Because that's the key. The universe rewards who you are, not what you want. So there's a big wave of this idea of manifestation, right? And I'm big on manifestation. So I want to speak to this because I consider myself to be a powerful manifestor and creator. But without action, you're not embodying the person that already has it. So someone that knows their value, it's one thing to logically know, okay, I know I'm worth this much money. I think I'm worth $20,000 a month. I totally should be making that right now. Then there's another person or version of you that's that person that not only knows that value and worth, but knows how to command it. That's likely a skill gap. It could be a mindset gap. It could be a lot of gaps, but there's a gap. And until you can be aware that you need to close those gaps to truly become who you say you want to be, because there's always another price to pay for success. Whether it's making those moves that are uncomfortable, whether it's making investments in yourself, and I've invested personally hundreds of thousands into my personal development, so I'm always willing to bet on me, and, I view myself as a premium product, so I invest tens of thousands of dollars every month to grow my brand, and it didn't always start there. It started with being really intentional and doing outreach every single day to get off the ground in the early days when I didn't have a big budget, right? So you're either going to pay in time or money if you want growth. So which is it going to be? Are you willing to pay the price for success? Because there's so many people that are willing to talk the talk, and it's so rare to find the people that have the devotion and the commitment required and are willing to pay the price of success. Most people are dabblers. We live in an Instagram culture right now where everybody wants it quick. It's like they want to just push 2 minutes on the microwave and out spits out six figures. And it's like, that's just not the way this works. And so being willing to put in the work and put in the reps to build the skill, to build the mindset, to build the ability to communicate effectively, to build the presence, the energy, to transform yourself, to work on yourself, to treat yourself like you're a premium product. If you don't invest in yourself, then why would you be surprised that you're not making any more money? Because you're not treating yourself like a premium product that needs to go to market. You're not paying attention to yourself, if you're not holding space for your own growth and development, if you're not investing to get in rooms, if you're not putting your thought leadership out there, if you're not making those moves, if you're not leaning in, how do you expect anyone else to see it? It's not going to happen being passive and standing on the sidelines doing, you know, what's easy to do. And so the universe rewards who you are, not what you want. And the best way is to start by how can I embody this version of me right now that already has it? What would I do if I was already in that person? What's one decision I would make right now if I was already in that identity? And then go do it. Now, the last and final mindset lesson from 2024 that I want to leave you with is rejection is redirection. Rejection is redirection. Now, I'm the queen of rejection. I actually started my career doing door-to-door sales like when I was really young. And I then went into sales at American Express, and I've taken thousands of calls with executives. I've built my business from the ground up. So rejection has been the path. But what I've learned about every single successful leader is they're detached from others' rejection. They don't take it personal because they understand to grow requires you to put yourself out there. And if they have time, great. If it's relevant, great. If it's not, it's not. But that says nothing about you. And that is really the key. You can't internalize rejection to make that about your self-worth. So the more you're able to subscribe new meaning to rejection, the more resilient you become, the more unstoppable you become because, like I said earlier, leaders do more. And leaders do more, put in more activity. And leaders get more rejection in order to win. But that's how they get the demand because they put in more activity and they don't let any rejection impact their psyche. They're too strong in their conviction of their value to allow that internal dialogue to turn into, it must be me, right? No, this is just God building the muscle to build my dream. And this is exactly my favorite quote, these resilience quotes that help me reframe in that moment. Rejection is redirection. This is making space for what actually is aligned to me. That was not meant for me. And what's meant for me will choose me. And I just am one conversation away from that. And I will continue to commit to those outreaches and that activity. Right. And so these are the things that keep us showing up. And I'm going to give another shout out to my mentor, Jeff Taylor, because, he's like, Olivia, I have a secret for you. And I want you to ask me what it is. And I was like, okay, I thought it was going to be something mystical, something amazing. And he said, it's a Woody Allen quote. It's 80% of success is showing up. Now, I want to leave you with this quote because it's so simple and the simplest principles are easiest to dismiss, but they're the most powerful. And so if you can really take this to heart, 80% is just showing up. So if you could just show up and get 1% better every day, 7 days a week, just touch your dream, touch your goal, 7 days a week, even if it's one little step, one little email, there's a compound effect of momentum. It's like a wheel that's spinning, and soon the wheel is spinning more and more without so much force because you're consistent, and the universe rewards that consistency because you're showing that you believe, and you're creating a level of energy and momentum and force. And momentum is everything in business. And so these are the 5 principles that I really wanna challenge you to integrate into 2025. And, if this resonates with you, I want to also invite you to book a call with Career Evolved. If you're looking to make a breakthrough in your career, and you want to upgrade your income, you want to get more aligned, and you're just sick of settling and you're sick of sitting back and waiting, and you really want to go through a transformation and have a breakthrough year and just really put your all in for 90 days to see that phenomenal breakthrough, go to www.careerevolved.com/schedule. That's www.careerevolved.com/schedule. Now, like I promised, I'm going to leave you guys with a recap of the top 5 biggest mindset lessons from 2024, and hopefully you take away some spark or some shifts that will really set you moving going into this new year. The first one, prioritize energetic hygiene. Protect your energy and change the input, change the output. 2, perfectionism stunts growth, progress over perfection. 3, the stronger belief always wins. It all starts with the belief. The belief determines our potential. Our potential determines the motivation, and the motivation determines the action, which influences the result, which again influences the belief. So it all starts with that belief. 4, the universe rewards who you are, not what you want. Talk is cheap. How are you embodying the leader that already has it? What are your gaps? Get serious about assessing your gaps because it's ego that will kill business and growth. So, not being self aware at what gaps you need to be evolving, because if you're not evolving, you're dying. And then, last but not least, rejection is redirection. When you can reframe the meaning that you're giving to rejection and the power you're giving, you will absolutely not only change your energy, but change your life. I really hope this has been a valuable year for you and that you're setting intentions for 2025. And thank you so much for all your support with the podcast. It means the world to me. If you could share this episode with anyone that needs the inspiration or motivation, if you've gotten value from the podcast this year, I would really appreciate a review on Apple or Spotify, wherever you listen. And I will be back with an up-leveled show for you guys next year. I'm gonna be lining up some really amazing guests that I personally know that are part of my network because I am very intentional with the relationships I'm building. So I will only be bringing people that I know are gonna bring a fresh perspective and value to you, and I look forward to continuing the conversation in 2025. Cheers.